Hey, how you doing, Will?
Yeah, it's good to see you, Darren. It's another one of those days. I love living life.
Let's talk shit about our friend Steve.
Okay, first off, he's one of those people that won't admit it. He's short.
Honestly, I think he can't read.
No, he could read. I know a couple guys that can't read. He's one of them.
Really?
Yeah, he could read. It's just not very well.
Steve, how you doing?
I'm great, guys.
Do you know you're our first guest?
Really, ever?
We've
Ever.
never done it before.
We've never even recorded one, I don't think, and like, oops, something happened. Like, this is just the first guest.
Oh,
we
wait,
ever
that's
had.
a lie. We had Jake and Amir.
Did we? And we recorded it?
Yeah, but you're better. You're
Okay,
better than Jake
thanks.
and Amir.
Oh, that did happen.
You're
Did
a
you
dear
have
friend of
them?
mine.
Was that in your studio or?
No,
No,
in
we
their
went to their
really
house.
big mansion.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
You know they had a mansion?
They used to live in a mansion.
What happened to that mansion?
I don't know.
They were also using it as an office, and they were like, you know what? We might as well just have an office. And then they had an office.
Do any of your friends have a mansion?
No.
It was incredible, and I'm
Yeah.
very jealous.
Yeah.
They had a lot of great
You know
parties
what?
there.
None of my friends have mansions either. I honestly have no friends that I'm in LA. Aren't there like filthy rich motherfuckers around
You know what?
here?
I think it's because mansions are so.
Yeah.
They're so
That's a
what's
southern
the
thing.
word I'm looking for? They're too
Accurate.
They're too accurate.
What were like
Grandiose.
too expensive or what?
Maybe we're
It's
not old
too
enough yet.
extravagant. It's too like you shouldn't have a mansion.
Yeah,
right
you
now.
shouldn't. Nobody should.
Like
right
right now, it's like, dude, there's no need. Especially if you're one person. Like
Yeah.
it's irresponsible to have a.
Do
That's
you
what I
think
tell
if you got, let's say you got a big show deal, you got Stranger Things, and you were the lead, let's say you got a fuckload of money.
All
would
the
you,
kids just go out the door. Now Steve's the
yeah,
lead on
Steve is all-
Stranger Things.
You play every character, so you get all the money.
I'm the kids.
Would you still live?
Steve Zaragoza as the kid.
Would you still live? Maybe not here, but like in an apartment.
I would no. Well, I would probably. There would be no need to not live in an apartment. Like, I guess if I had like.
You wouldn't want more space for your toys?
If I got like $500,000 for a deal, and they're like, boom, $500,000.
3 times this year.
Yeah, I'd
yeah,
be.
because 500 is not that much in
I can
LA.
spend that pretty quick.
If I got 500,000 and they were like, yeah, you're gonna get a $500,000 check 3 times this year,
That'd be very nice.
then I'm gonna say, then I'd be like, okay, I'm gonna look for a nice like house, like a condo.
Yeah,
like
you really could.
Ooh, like a townhome, like Will said.
Yeah, yeah.
That's some good jerk off money.
That's some great jerk.
What is
you
that,
could-
1.5?
$1.5 million. You know what you could do with that much money?
God damn. Tell us, Will.
Tell us.
PlayStation VR and
Tell
download
us.
all the stuff Steve has.
Tell us, Will. Steve, I saw something on Twitter that I really want you to read because I want you to... How do I get to my likes? How do I do that? Where do I
You go to your
Profile.
profile. Yeah.
Alright.
Likes.
And I made sure of that. Right. So my sound is
Read that
accurate.
first tweet.
This top tweet right here.
Yeah.
It fucks me up that Clickhole wrote one of the best single paragraph horror stories I've seen.
Okay, now read it.
Dude, Clickhole.
It's actually scary. No, like read the tweet.
Okay, all right.
Oh,
Here I
great.
go. Barry Wilmore. You never know true beauty until you see Earth from space.
Wait, hold on. Back it up. Give it some stank. Put some stank on
Okay,
that, Steve.
okay, all right. Well, hang on. Let me do a little something then. Hang
Okay.
on.
We're in Steve's domain.
Yeah, you're in my studio right now.
Yeah.
Which is literally just the corner of my apartment.
Yeah, but
with the posters up.
it's real nice.
And one
Thanks,
of them
man.
fell.
One of them did fall. Well, no, there's just nothing up there. I'm putting up one, that labyrinth one over
The
there.
Labyrinth one is very nice.
I love it.
Normally, this much clutter would make me scared.
Yeah.
But I think I'm okay with
It's
it.
like organized clutter.
This is Steve's like emotive items. All of them are happy items.
Yeah, I surround myself with things that make me happy. Yeah.
I get it,
It,
man.
I feel like that's why I'm so distracted by, like, I know there's
sadness.
terrible shit and sadness.
But you
but,
got
like,
a pile of babies over here.
Yeah, I think I have, like, Pee Wee Herman's house.
Yeah, but
like,
you really
sort of.
do.
And I've always wanted Pee Wee Herman's house.
How long until you're caught jerking off in a theater? Steve, I'm going to be honest. If any of my friends were going to do that, it would be you.
The thing is like, I don't really think there's anything that wrong about jerking off in a theater where you are basically meant to jerk off.
It was a pornographic theater.
Yeah,
Have
there
you been
used to
to
be
one?
no.
Okay, I've been to one. And,
What?
yeah, I have.
Oh, you did.
You went to like a movie theater where they played porn.
Yeah, real weird. I had
I remember
a
that.
girlfriend at the time that said, "Let's go watch a movie."
Oh my
She
god.
picked me up, and it was really late, so I thought it was strange.
Let's go watch a
And
movie.
she drove me to somewhere in Hollywood, and yeah, it was one of them places. And at this one, they just have one big theater, and it's real like
Like the
dingy.
Chinese theater.
Very
Chinese
similar.
theater is just one theater.
Is it really? I've never
Yeah,
been.
yeah.
Very dingy. And there was one man, and he was wearing his hood.
Yeah, he
And
was.
he was sitting in the corner. And at this theater, they have one big screen, and it's playing, some porn. And then they have a small screen, like maybe the size of your TV. But if it's in the corner and you're in a big theater, it's like fucking 2 inches big. That's how big it looks. They're playing a different porno on that. And then there's a bathroom in the movie theater,
man.
which for sure is the jerk-off
Go
station.
jerk off, yeah.
I didn't go in there, of course. But honestly, not a bad experience.
They had a bathroom in the theater.
Yeah, like if I guess that's where you go jerk off.
Did
Where
you
you're like,
get-
I've had enough.
Did you get a little handsy in there?
Did I get? No, I didn't.
Did
Honestly,
you
it's
did
not.
you feel the need? Did you feel
No,
like, ooh, let's get a little weird in
it's
here?
not-
What kind of movie was it though? Like,
It was like a.
Was it a
90s
drama?
Porn. It was not good.
oh man,
It wasn't. Well, at least maybe I missed that part, but it wasn't one where there's like setup and story.
Oh, it was
pizza
just
delivery.
cut, too.
It was just like they're fucking. But it was not good.
Yeah, that couldn't possibly be good.
It wasn't good, and it doesn't lend itself. The environment doesn't lend itself to like feeling sexually frustrated.
Yeah.
It's especially with a man with a hood.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's kind of creepy.
I just feel like, this sounds like a modern, like how long ago was this? How many
like 2 years ago.
So this sounds like the modern version of like a porn theater. Like they have the bathroom in the theater. Like I bet that they're like in the 80s, in the 70s.
It was in the 90s though, right?
Pee-wee? Yeah. But I'm just saying like theaters, like adult theaters that like opened in the 70s or opened in the 80s or whatever, like there's no way they had bathrooms inside the theater. Like
Yeah,
there's
most likely
bathrooms
not.
like they probably, in fact, a lot of those porno theaters were probably like actual theaters that shut down. And then they're like an adult company came in and was like, we want to buy this theater or
Yeah.
something, right?
I think you should take Bree on a date.
I would love to. I think that would be the kind of date we would go on.
It's honestly very funny. Like we were laughing.
I'm
the whole
sure
time.
it is. But like that's the thing. Like so, there's actually two celebrities who got caught that I know of that I actually like jerking off in a movie theater. And like so, Pee Wee's one of them, and then the other one is Fred Willard, and he's like this fucking hilarious comedian. He's in like all the Christopher Guest movies, and like
No,
if you
I'm not good at names.
Red
yeah,
Willard.
if you've seen like Best in Show, or like A Mighty Wind, or Spinal Tap.
Yeah, I've seen
Like
Spinal
he's
Tap.
in all those. He's in like those, even though that's not a Christopher Guest movie. But anyway,
Pee-wee has a new movie out right now, right?
yeah, it's not good, man.
Oh, I haven't seen it.
Pee Wee's Big Day or something.
Yeah.
or-
Oh yeah, that was trash.
yeah,
Is he playing it as
yeah.
if he's like still the same age?
yeah,
and he's clearly old.
yeah. It's kind of sad.
See, we needed him to actually be older now too.
I think it's like it
evolve.
lends to the kind of like ambiguity of Pee Wee's real age, and like kind of makes it still like kind of weird and funny, which is always the
Oh,
point
because
of it, I
even
guess.
in the other ones, it's like, is he a boy or is he a man?
Yeah.
I
yeah.
just
But it's
feel
like-
that humor doesn't really work anymore. I
Nah,
don't-
maybe
I don't
not.
know.
Yeah, or it's
He
like
could.
yeah, maybe not.
Large
Maybe
Marge sent you. You don't think that could be funny these days?
I mean,
I don't know. I would think it's
Everything
funny,
just
but-
needs a good story because he already has the character. I just
Yeah.
think the character needs to evolve, even though we don't want it to. I haven't seen the movie yet, but I grew up as a fan.
How would Pee Wee evolve though?
He would like exactly what we want to see. Like we know Paul Rubens is older; he can't do the voices well.
like if I wanted to have Pee Wee evolve, I would have him like the movie would start with him working in an office.
like, oh my god, that
Oh,
was
that's
interesting.
Like he actually
Yeah.
tried to like become a normal person,
Uh-huh.
but he like can't keep it inside, and he has to
Yeah.
like, and then it just becomes the whole last half of the movie is just this wacky fucking
It coming
crazy
back.
event. Yeah,
If they came to you to do a reboot and you were Pee Wee Herman, would you do it? I think you could pull it off.
like play like I'm like
You're Pee Wee
I'm
Herman.
Pee Wee.
Yeah.
You have the
That's
juice.
the weirdest
It's like
shit.
the Mask, but you got it. You got Pee Wee's.
That would be so weird. Could you imagine if what they did with Pee Wee is they made Pee Wee Herman like almost like James Bond?
yeah, and someone
Where, like,
else
different
plays
people
him?
could play
Oh
James
my
Bond.
Oh, that would
God.
be, they should do that.
That's funny.
I mean, that'd be
as
cool.
The
fuck.
sad thing is, though, if you took that role, which I'd be so happy for you, and you would probably be pretty stoked.
Yeah,
the
I'd
internet would
absolutely.
shit on you.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
no-
no one
Especially if
would-
I was the first one.
The nerds wouldn't even give you a chance.
No.
They'd be like, "Oh, fuck this guy."
They'd be like, "Fuck!" It would be it would hurt. Like my feelings would be hurt.
Yeah.
"You would do that if even Will got it."
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Of course I would.
I don't know why they
In
gave it to my
fact,
dumb friend.
dude, a black Pee Wee, like if they did Pee Wee like they did James Bond, a black Pee Wee would be the shit.
This
Oh,
shit,
yeah.
it might go well. You
Yeah.
never know. Get Keith Lee
Will, you
Jr.
could do Pee Wee because you're almost really like a real life Pee Wee.
I grew up watching the Pee Wee movies all the time.
Didn't
My
you say your mom loves
them.
Pee Wee?
Yeah, my
Yeah.
mom loves.
And your
you
mom
know, my
loves Mr. Bean,
yeah.
right?
No,
That's
I
all.
love Mr. Bean. I love
Bean
Mr.
is
Bean.
Mr. Bean
Great.
is amazing.
The hardest clips I ever laughed at in my life was when Lee showed me the grapefruit job video.
Oh yeah.
We watched that yesterday.
I heard it's back. There's like a new thing with the grapefruit.
A version 2.
yeah, I think she's just like going on tour or something. Yeah, and,
Okay.
what was the other one? That you just mentioned? Oh yeah, Mr. Bean Goes to Church.
Oh yeah,
Mr. Bean
dude,
Goes
when
to
he's
Church
like
is the
unwrapping the
funniest thing.
candy and
Yeah,
stuff.
yeah. It's
dude,
so good.
dude, those old Mr. Bean episodes are like they're gold.
Yeah,
that's the closest thing to like modern vaudeville.
Yeah, he really nailed
Marx
it.
Brothers
For a
type
while, I
shit.
was really obsessed. Like, I saw Rowan Atkinson live, and I was like, oh, well, he actually speaks and
Oh,
stuff.
dude,
Yeah.
and that's brilliant too.
That was weird for me seeing Mr. Bean as just like the regular
like a
guy.
normal guy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and it was a really good show. I should watch that again.
Yeah.
It's
You-
only in
you do
low-ass
stand-up?
quality.
Riggs?
I enjoy Riggs as
I've
a very
toyed with
living
it.
dog.
All right, Steve, give me some stank and
Okay,
read that.
I'd jerk off in a theater, by the way. And the only reason why we know that people have been caught jerking off in an adult movie theater is because these were celebrities. Like, definitely people jerk off in those movie theaters on a daily basis. Like, I'm not even, like, there's no question.
There wasn't like a security guard or anything watching. Which, how did he even get caught? Did someone snitch on him?
It must have been like, yeah, that's Paul Rubens. Like,
See, these days though, you would be filmed instantly.
yeah.
So
So back then it was like kind of,
it would just be on Twitter and you'd be ruined that way.
yeah.
God damn.
But also, like, think about it. Nowadays, let's say Justin Bieber was caught masturbating in an adult movie theater.
Right.
Like, no one would give a shit.
I don't know. No, not Justin Bieber.
Nah,
Really?
It'd be over for him.
You really think it'd be over
yeah,
for him?
yeah,
Dude,
yeah.
with people getting away with, like, beating women and,
I
like,
know.
the shit they do in the
I
NFL,
know.
you think he wouldn't be able to get away with
I don't think you could do that.
masturbating in a
I don't
movie
think you
theater?
could jerk off in a movie theater.
No.
Especially if there was no one else in there, so it doesn't seem like it could be, like, sexual assault or whatever.
I don't think anybody could. I don't think anybody could
Dude,
get away
but
with
Paul
it.
Rubens and Fred Willard got
I'll
away
tell you
with
the
it.
truth, and I mean it. Like, the only person that can get away with it is Trump. He's the only person to be like, yeah, I did it.
No, I think like a Seth Rogen could, but the reason Justin Bieber couldn't is because he's like a pop star.
Okay, so Seth Rogen.
Like yeah,
So
like
there are
Seth
some
Rogen
celebrities that could
or-
get away with it.
Who's
So,
like a grungy celebrity? Like doesn't look like they bathe daily.
like Drew Carey.
Yeah, like
Drew Carey. No, he like reformed. He's had a rebrand.
Oh yeah, he does. Have
Oh
a
yeah, that's
rebrand.
true. What if
I'm trying to think of like
There's
what
no
if
one that
John
can get away
Goodman
with
was
it.
caught jerking off in a movie
John
theater?
Goodman from Roseanne.
Ooh, I don't
Yeah.
know.
No.
Because he's so big and kind of scary. I feel like he would be ruined.
And he's like lovable.
Or you
Yeah.
know, or Frasier.
well, that was the that
Oh
was the
god.
What? Oh.
See, that was the most shocking part of Pee Wee doing it was he was a TV show host or a kids show.
It wasn't really a kid's show though.
Dude,
No, it was a kid's
well,
show.
at the time when he got caught, Pee Wee's Playhouse was on the air, and Pee Wee's Playhouse was definitely for kids. Like that was a kids show.
Yeah, it was for kids, huh? It was just
So, like-
kind of adult.
So it was like, 'cause it was. Imagine if like Steve from Blue's Clues got caught jerking
Yeah.
off in the height of Blue's Clues. That's
Yeah.
exactly what it was.
he messed up. He should have just simply not done that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
got
I mean, but
urges.
dude, listen, we didn't have the internet in the '90s.
Yeah,
That's so true. Jerking off was way hard. Fucking decline that right now. Pee Wee was?
Wait, he was?
How do you
Oh,
know
shit.
that?
He was. That's why he was in Florida. He was at the theater because he was staying in his parents' house there.
Oh.
Wow. So he was like visiting his family.
And he was on vacation.
Staying with him, and he like.
You know what, man? I totally get it.
Yeah, me too.
Because imagine staying with your family, no internet,
No internet.
you've got urges.
There's no cell phone to go in the bathroom and look at.
no way.
And you know when you go on vacation, your urges hit you like
Oh, they
real
hit
hard.
you right away because you're
Harder
like,
than
I'm in a
normal.
different place.
Yeah.
I've got to do something familiar.
Yeah. I'm scared.
I'm scared. I gotta make it. I gotta make it right.
Yeah, and let's be honest.
Picture. He's got like long hair.
Yeah, he looks
Oh,
creepy.
yeah, he did
He
look
looks
completely
He looks.
different.
You know what? He looks like he does in the Buffy the Vampire Slayer movie.
He's in that?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
He's like an evil villain in that.
Yeah,
movie.
and jerking off to like magazines isn't great.
No, it's not great. And listen,
He was going through fucked up shit. Like him and Phil Hartman, they were like totally coked out when they were doing Pee Wee's Big Adventure.
yeah.
That makes me
So like think about all those circumstances. You're at your parents' place. You can't jerk off there.
Yeah.
Of course, you're gonna be like, "Fuck, man, I gotta jerk off.
I gotta go.
I gotta rub it out."
Uh-huh.
Damn, you think he just like get a hotel and get one of the movies on TV? That's so much
I
more
mean,
expensive.
but dude,
Yeah, but he was rich, right?
Yeah.
You got to think he probably had so much money.
dude, but that's like, think about how like Robert Downey Jr. was caught with like prostitutes. It's like the
When?
danger of it.
Oh, back in the day.
Honestly,
Back in the day.
the common denominator is cocaine.
Yeah,
Weren't they all
yeah,
like
for
on
sure.
cocaine?
Yeah. Oh,
I
yeah.
fool with Robert Downey Jr. though. Like I'm so like I'm really down for the guy who changed story.
Yeah.
The
Oh,
underdog.
sure. Yeah,
The
yeah,
underdog, yeah. He's
Oh,
so
dude,
different.
he's good. Okay, so Darren.
Oh, yeah.
This is a clickhole article, clickhole quote that Darren retweeted.
And it's honestly not funny. It's scary.
It's scary.
And I wanna
Okay,
know
so
what your thoughts
It's
are
got a
on it.
photo of an
Well, I don't know.
astronaut.
Let me see the photo. Oh, that's
got-
somebody's real photo that they put on there.
It's got a photo of an
Oh, it really
astronaut
is.
Yeah.
smiling. Okay, so here's the track I'm gonna play for this.
Perfect. Perfect.
Barry Wilmore. There's a quote from Barry Wilmore. You never know true beauty until you see the Earth from space. Or true terror until you hear someone knocking on the space station door from the outside.
All right, I feel it.
I'm scared.
You look through the porthole and see an astronaut.
So there is a porthole. So you're expecting to get. You're expecting to get a.
But all your crew is inside and accounted for. You use the comm to ask who it is. And he says he's Ramirez, returning from a repair mission. But Ramirez is sitting right next to you in the command module, and he's just as confused as you are.
I got goosebumps.
This is weird.
When you tell the guy this over the radio, he starts banging on the door louder and harder, begging you to let him in,
Let me in.
saying he's the real Ramirez.
This is scary.
It is scary.
Meanwhile, the Ramirez inside with you is pleading to keep the airlock shut. It really puts life on Earth into perspective.
Okay, so what do? Do you understand what the story will?
Yeah, I see what's happening.
Okay, so I don't believe in God or any of that shit, but how come I believe in this? How come I believe that if I go to space, some shit like this can happen?
Because space is so vast. They say it. It's a cliche to say space is vast.
I mean,
it's-
so is like the ocean.
The
So much-
ocean.
so
the
much of it
ocean's
is-
terrifying too.
God
So
damn,
I've been watching Star Trek, the original series, and it's very much like that. And they always get duped into some shit like that. It's never Spock. If Spock is acting weird, it's because he got seriously. Watch the original show. It's always like that. It's always like he's acting weird. and
Yeah,
he just went to this
Yeah,
planet,
dude. It is kind of scary, isn't
Yeah,
it?
But
yeah,
who-
it
Dude,
is.
the original Star Trek has some scary moments.
Oh yeah, I've been watching it.
because you're right. Like a lot of times, because it's like the 70s. There's
Practical
like,
effects.
They're weird. They're doing weird. They're acting weird. Like whenever
Yeah.
Spock would like act weird, and
You
he'd
know,
like,
yeah.
dude, you're right.
Yeah,
Huh,
just,
never
they should
seen
just
it.
always be like, oh, he has the bug or whatever the fuck.
And
it
that's
is.
scary because like
Yeah.
you don't know what he's gonna do.
Yeah, and it's always Spock or somebody.
So
Scarier when Data's acting weird because he can flip out and kill everybody.
Oh yeah, he's super strong.
one's Data?
Which Data was the android. He's like
Oh, that's on the next
from
generation.
Next Generation.
Yeah, I
is
haven't
Spock
gotten
the one
there
that
yet.
doesn't show any emotion?
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's half human, so sometimes.
I'm scared of robots that start acting weird.
Yeah. What's
Tut
the game?
tut.
Tut tut. Yeah. What's
So-
the alien game?
So, Steve, what Ramirez do you believe? The one that's outside freaking out, pounding on the door, saying, I'm the real one? Or the calm one that's like, that ain't me?
I fucking first of all, I fucking love Clickhole.
It's so great.
Yeah.
Like Clickhole,
You gotta work there. I've been saying, I've been telling you this
You
for
really
years.
should.
dude. I don't think I'm worthy of it.
You go, okay, so you launch Torty and you show them that, and then that's all you,
Maybe,
that's your resume.
maybe,
That's all you need.
dude. I gotta read you guys something that I read to Owen last night from Clickhole.
I just want to say.
Well, let's talk about Ramirez.
Okay,
I just want to
let's
say,
get
if
that out
I'm
of
in
the
the
way.
Ramirez situation, I'm not gonna let the guy from outside in, and I'm not gonna let the other guy out of my sight.
so
the entire time.
You don't trust the guy outside, but you also don't trust the one inside.
No, I don't trust either of them. But my best bet, I'm gonna ask Ramirez inside a bunch of questions. I'm gonna ask Ramirez outside a bunch of questions. But there's no goddamn way I'm opening the door. Like, I'm
yeah,
sorry.
that's tricky. I don't know. I just feel like the guy
Now,
inside is
if
gonna kill
also
all of
me,
you.
you think the guy inside?
Yeah, I think he's gonna kill all of you.
Why?
When you're calm like that, if I saw someone that exactly looked like me, I would be freaking out.
Oh, the guy isn't calm. The
Well,
guy
he
is
was.
calm?
Well, he was just like,
Well,
oh no,
he's-
I'm the real one.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
the guy next to you.
Right,
Yeah,
right,
the
right.
guy next
yeah.
to you is like, no, dude, what?
You're
what?
like,
I'm the
that's
guy.
not me. I'm
So
the one.
I think I would definitely not trust the one outside.
I wouldn't trust the one outside either.
Cause like, how did? Okay. Let's get real here.
All right.
First, I would gather up everyone,
Okay.
and I'd be like, all fucking personnel on deck right now. Come to the east lock, whatever airlock, right now. Every single fucking person. I don't care if you're taking a shit. Get over
Or
here.
jerking off
Or
in a movie
jerking off
theater.
in a movie theater. In this ship's movie theater. Get over here right now. And so I'd gather everyone, and I'd be like, who was the last person to go out? And then we'd find out. We'd have logs and shit. I'd be like, fucking Commander, you. He's Asian.
That was good.
I
That
say,
was good.
you tell me the logs. Show me the logs of the last time the airlock was open.
There's definitely is one.
And it's accurate. It's accurate.
It's accurate. It's accurate.
You can't cheat that stuff unless
Oh.
later on we find out someone was messing with the logs
And it was Ramirez.
and it was Ramirez.
Fuck.
This
And-
definitely sounds like a case of he did go outside the space station and he did get swatted.
And something
I think you're
happened.
Right. I get the space gun and I just blow up Ramirez
Right
inside.
there, the one inside.
Or
Both
both
of
of
them?
them. Both
Both of
of them.
them.
Like
Yeah.
we're safe. I'm
yeah,
sorry.
That solves the problem.
And
You
then
know what?
He's now second in command.
I think, Will, even though that's like a really irresponsible solution, I think it actually is the only one that would prevent a terrible disaster.
Yeah, I mean, like
You'd have to kill both of them.
He already went out there and put us in jeopardy by not logging it correctly.
I love
I've been watching Star
But
Trek.
I love that
and
one of
Captain
them
Kirk-
for sure is the real one, but
Yeah.
you're gonna kill him anyway.
Both of them. I'm sorry, you messed up. You went against
Yeah,
the
you
ship's
fucked
rules.
up.
Like, you know how scary it is out here?
I mean, let's be
Like,
honest.
just-
Ramirez was a shitty person,
Dude,
so he
and
just
what
had
if
to go.
okay, so that happens, okay, and it's a fucking crazy scene, and they kill both Ramirez, and like there's like one crew member who has like a big problem with it. Everyone else is just like they put it to a vote basically, and it was like captain, whatever captain decides, that's what goes. So it's a really dramatic scene. They kill both Ramirez's. It's like crazy, and this one person is like doesn't feel good about it. They're like, I can't believe we just murdered someone.
Right.
And the other people are kind of like, what can we do? As the captain, he's got power. And then it's just really scary and you're like really nervous. And then like one of the people who was like really for killing Ramirez, like another crew member, he's like in his room in his quarters, and he's like doing his he's putting stuff away or whatever. He's getting ready to go to bed. And then he like looks out the porthole window into space, and it's like there's nothing there, obviously.
Right.
But instead, he like starts to feel kind of a little bit strange, and he's thinking a lot about Ramirez. He's thinking about when Ramirez came up to the port. I mean, we see a flashback,
Right,
And so
right.
the guy Ramirez begging. He's like,
"Let me in,
please, please!" And then it cuts to like both of them dying again, and he's just like not okay. And he's just like looking out the porthole, and he's like, "Man, fuck, maybe we did do the wrong thing." He's not saying it, but that's the
That's how
emotion
we
on
could
his
tell.
face. Yeah.
It's my favorite scene.
And then just before he turns away, this thing comes in front of the porthole, and it's like this fucking jump scare. Music swells, and it's like a thing, and it starts to mutate into his face,
Oh!
and then it smiles
Ramirez's
at
face?
No, the
Ooh,
guy,
that's
this
all
new
good.
guy,
That's good.
and he and that's when the audience learns that the thing outside can just replicate whatever it sees.
Yeah.
Fuck.
So like that guy sees it, and then it smiles, and then it like floats away, and he goes like, oh shit, and he calls everyone. He's like, guys, this is, and it happens again, and everyone's like, so what is it? And he's like, no, I saw it change into my face, and no one believes
this
him.
is so
And then they
fucking
kill
funny.
him.
They kill him, and they
Oh.
let in the one
Oh
outside.
no!
That's
not
a
Star
movie.
Trek.
This is a good show.
This is Star Trek.
Yeah.
It's like Lost.
Maybe it's Black Mirror. Maybe it's a
Or
Black Mirror
It's
episode.
Black Mirror, yeah.
To me, it's like Lost, the show Lost, and
Yeah.
It put together.
Yeah,
It
yeah.
can transform into anything,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
It's whatever you're afraid of.
Whatever you're afraid of, yeah.
Oh, dude.
Yeah, which is also like that thing from Harry Potter. Like in Harry Potter, there's I forget what it's called, but it can transform into
Dr.
anything you're
Demento?
afraid of. No.
Are there any doctors in Harry Potter?
I'm sure.
Dr.
I'm
McGonagall?
absolutely
See,
sure.
what I would
Dr.
do-
McGonagall.
You said that you would shoot both,
Oh yeah, I would have
and
if
then
I was captain.
you said you would shoot both as well, right?
It's the most okay, so it's the most irresponsible thing to do, but it's the only way to prevent like a movie situation happening.
I thought though in the story, in the context, that we just landed, but in the actual story, like we've been on the planet and we've had people go in and out.
I think so, yeah.
Okay, so yeah, if I thought that we just landed there and no one's gone out yet. If no one's gone out yet, I'm definitely I wouldn't blast my friend. If people have gone out, I'm blasting both of them.
So you're blasting whoever went out.
Yeah, and anybody who's like acting strange
I just
So-
feel like I would...
or lock them up.
I would make them fight each other, like fist fight, no
Oh, and
guns
you'd
allowed.
watch.
Yeah, and I'd watch.
And
My
whoever was
reason
too
being-
good and whoever went crazy.
That's exactly my point. Because
Yeah.
if he was too good at fighting, I know he's the fake one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because he's like a clone or some shit. He's a
And
monster.
he's one of your crew members, so you have to know him well.
Right, and I know he's a weak bitch.
I like how
know
none of
that.
us have asked him questions. What's Earth like?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you don't know. You don't know if it like
Yeah, you can't do
assimilates
that.
your thoughts and memories too.
I think that's a good show. Steve.
Yeah, man.
That's a
Steve,
good
write
show.
it.
All
Give me
right.
credit.
All right, I'll call
we
it.
just
I'm gonna
stole it
call
from this thing off the internet.
No, we were
what if it?
inspired
Okay,
by
what
it.
if I called it? Oops, it's me.
Oops, I did it again.
Oops, I'm in space.
Oops, it's me.
God
and that's
damn.
some real astronaut's photo on that. Like that dude's really been
Ooh,
in
wait,
space.
how about we call it? Who is it?
Oh man, Steve, I really think you got something here.
All right,
I like
How many
that.
things do you think that they could be brilliant?
so many man.
Ideas
I
or
have too many
shows or what have
ideas,
you.
and then I'd like lose confidence.
It's all about effort and execution.
Yeah.
There's
Steve,
so
you're
many-
not confident?
I don't know. I lose.
don't believe
Like
that.
I'm confident in a lot of things, and then not confident in a lot of things. Like,
Well, let's talk about the
like,
ones that you're insecure
I'm
about.
not confident in being able to write like a cohesive, good script on my own.
Interesting.
Like I think I need people that like I need like a Rob Fee or a Lon
Yeah,
Harris
yeah.
to like really get in there.
Rafi is your best bet. You two together, like
Yeah.
it can really go well.
Because
Is
like
it the dialogue part of it, or is it the story part?
I think it's like story structure and like and
Literally
also just
writing
like
a script.
and doing it. Like I think just doing it because like Owen and I we've had ideas for like fucking 20 years,
Right.
But like both of us are fucking lazy pieces of shit, and we fucking refuse to sit down and actually like write something. Like we've talked about writing something
Right.
every single year of our lives, and we just have never done it. So it's like I've always been in the camp of like there's A thinkers and B thinkers, and the A thinkers are the ones that like actually get shit done, and the B thinkers are the ones that have ideas but don't get shit done. And I think Owen and I are B thinkers, and I think you need to like combine B thinkers with A thinkers in order to get something done.
Yeah, when I was in film school, I would always rationalize that in class there's two types of people. Did he just fart?
It sounds like
That there are two types of people, like people that really like making movies and people who really like watching movies.
Yeah.
I'm not the type that watches movies. Like
Yeah.
I'm very much more about
You'd rather
making
make
them.
it.
But then there's no inspiration behind it.
Well, even like I love going to like Fantastic Fest because it has like cool movies and shit. But like Owen's thought on Fantastic Fest is like I get bummed out because I'm seeing all these great
The
movies
greatest ones.
that like people like us could make.
Yeah, aren't they typically indie films?
Yeah, a lot of them are indie films,
Okay.
and some of them are studio films. But like some of the best ones are the indie films. And like it just really, it's one of those things where it's like I don't want to go to a festival and watch people do what I feel like I could do if I just had that assertiveness, if I just had that like that drive, you know?
just need somebody on your team. You need an Audrey.
Yeah, yeah.
Why don't you just adapt it? I mean, isn't Rob Fee a very...
Yeah, Rob and I have written a lot of stuff. Actually, we've written and we're pitching shows right now. We've got like this weird toilet show coming out.
Because of that, I have a lot of people who consume a lot of stuff around me. Like, because I know I don't watch movies and stuff, I try to be friends with people who like watch a lot of movies.
And then you listen to them talk about it?
Yeah, I make stuff and I ask them what they think about this because their taste is going to be very strong. And so depending on what you are, you might need the opposite. Yeah.
Yeah, Owen's a piece of shit.
No, y'all make some good stuff together.
Yeah, no, totally. Owen has killed it with Torty Cloud. Yeah.
Have you spoke about Torty?
I've spoken a little bit about it. I haven't gotten very specific about anything, But I've talked about how excited I am and how much work Owen's put into
When are
it.
you said to Owen you're releasing it in a movie theater?
We're
Was that a
releasing
joke?
it at no, we're releasing it at we're premiering it at LA Comic Con.
Oh, wow.
October
That's so
29th.
cool.
How the fuck are you doing that?
What's that, Owen?
Are you guys recording?
Yeah.
How'd you do that?
Why are you why is any of this interesting to anyone?
What do you mean?
It
We're just
is.
shooting the shit.
It's, people want to know.
Owen,
doesn't
go
know.
to straight to hell.
about your own
You
project.
must be entertaining on a podcast.
It is.
Where are you?
Oh, well, hold on. Let's listen to Owen's podcast
Okay.
after this, and we'll critique his.
I'm the one who made me be on a podcast. I'm not good on podcasts.
Owen doesn't
So
like
you're
to
not
be
good on podcasts, and you don't like listening to podcasts.
Also, not a good friend.
Also, not a good.
So fuck Owen, because I'm actually interested. How are you premiering this at Comic Con?
We're going to LA Comic Con, and we're going to have a panel where we're going to talk about the EZU, which is the audience who listens to my dumb garbage.
Mm-hmm.
Or was it the audience, or was it Brett that came up with the EZU?
Well, it's like the cinematic universe, so it includes all the things that you do and all the fans.
Yeah, so like it was either Brett.
Who's in your sphere of shit that you do? That is your universe.
Yeah, it was like a way of saying like all the stuff that I work on is all part of this cohesive universe, like the
Interesting.
Marvel universe almost, but like in a really dumb, small,
That's
bad
really
way.
cool.
So like so Brett called it the EZU, the extended Zaragoza
The
universe.
EZU!
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
hilarious.
It's so stupid, but it's like people love it, and it's like so it's an EZU panel, so it's gonna have like dynamic banter, and then
I'm in there somewhere in the EZU universe.
Yeah, you totally are. And so are you, Darren.
Two dudes in a bad
Anytime
mood.
we've worked on something, it's like somehow in the EZU. a
That's
little bit.
Oh,
funny.
okay. I was confused on
And a
what
lot of
this
people
is.
will
Yeah.
ask, like, is it in game? Because like we talk a lot about like ARG shit, and
How do
like
we know if
what
it's
is ARG?
canon?
ARG
What's canon
is
and
like
what's not.
right. You want to know what's canon and is it in game?
Yeah.
Like ARG is like when a movie like Cloverfield comes out, and then they do like a nerdy internet like
Oh,
secret
okay,
story.
okay.
Like people want to know if like stuff that I do in another place is connected to.
Oh.
Like when I
Oh.
did Santa Steve on Good Mythical Morning, it wasn't really Santa
Yeah,
Steve because it was
wasn't
like
canon.
a super date. It was like a neutered Santa Steve that couldn't be gross and fucked up. And so people are like, is that like in the easy? Is that in game? Is that Santa still the Santa Steve that you play on
That's
Source?
How do you
Funny.
how do you feel that people are going to react to seeing Torty?
I don't know,
in a
man.
Movie theater. That's
Yeah.
I don't know, man. I
And
feel
that'll be
like
their first
the
time
music
seeing
is scary, and it being so loud and in your face.
Owen and I have been like talking a lot about it because like it's so fucking like basically it's just like Mackenzie and I go out with a camera crew
Doing
and then
anything.
do everything and anything. It's just like whatever Mackenzie and I think we want to do or whoever's directing it tells us to do, we just do it, and then we get weird, and then it's just random footage. And then Owen assembles that into some kind of thing, whether it's like a cohesive story that only he understands or whatever.
Whatever it means to you, it's definitely going to mean something different. To
Yeah, it's like
everybody.
it totally becomes Owen's once like all the footage goes into his hands. And so
Yeah, you're a crazy person.
it's weird, man. It really
Yeah.
is kind of like I the way I kind of talk to people about it is like it's like the years of kind of being within the boundaries of SourceFed and being able to do kind of like whatever we wanted to do basically, but still like to a point where like someone above you would always either say like I don't know about
Yeah.
that. So we did get to do whatever we wanted to a point, but this is like
Yeah.
getting to do whatever we want with literally no one telling us.
This project is really for you.
It is, yeah. It's Owen and Mackenzie and I and whoever is helping us direct it,
Yeah.
kind of just like doing whatever the fuck we want without anybody telling us anything.
Very good.
So like yeah, we have talked about.
Exercise in creativity.
Yeah, it is like an exercise in creativity. It's like it's kind of like a build up. I call it the like build up of like frustration in having to be like hosty and like in Owen editing video game shit that he doesn't want to edit for his whole life basically, and like us all doing these things where we're like fitting into these holes that we don't necessarily fit into, and then finally getting to kind of like stretch our wings and kind of just do whatever the fuck we want.
You kind of
So-
live your life like that. You kind of just do whatever you want.
Yeah, pretty much. But it's like when it comes to like making money and surviving, you kind of like have to obey by these certain rules, otherwise you're not going to get any money.
Yeah.
And so for this, it's like we're not worried about money at all because there is no money involved in this.
Unless
Yeah.
a rich Jewish man comes to you
Yeah.
and gives you lots of coin.
I know, which would be great, but which would almost even defeat the purpose of it also, because it's very fueled by
They'd
what
water
can we
it
do
down.
with what we have.
They'd
And,
probably
like,
water it down too.
Yeah, well, like even if they were like, here's $100,000, we want nothing to do with the creative. We just want to give you this money and do whatever you want with Torty Cloud. It would almost be like, I don't think we're ready for that yet, because like right now it's all about kind of like, well, the reason why I say
Owen
that
needs a job.
the reason why I say that is because it's like I like right now what makes Torty so good is like being able to make something out of what we have available.
No, then that's easy. We don't use any of the money for production.
Yeah, we just keep the money.
To pay for rent.
Yeah, obviously, but you know what I mean. I wouldn't turn down that money.
Because we're respecting the process, and it's all.
Yeah, like I think you have to, when you're making a show, especially like a new show, you have to really listen to yourself, and you have to really like take the state of mind that you're currently in and like embed how you're feeling and what you're feeling about the world and everything into it.
Like how I was talking with Darren earlier about how Beatles got in a different mindset to play characters
Yeah.
to write Sgt. Pepper stuff.
Yeah. And it really is just one of those things where it's like, you know, I wouldn't want to be distracted by like infinite possibilities, like, and like no one being able to say no yet, because I want to still like make, you know, it's like, I really feel like when you have a director like Steven Spielberg or like the great directors, like they really made the best stuff when they had something to prove, when they wanted to prove to the world what they were capable of. And now it's like they have more money than they'll ever need. No one will ever say no to them.
Yeah.
They have an infinite open world of actors and studios and resources, and now they just make boring CGI garbage. Like
Steven Spielberg is due for a good one.
I wonder if that's just maybe he's evolved and you don't like those type of movies
yeah,
anymore.
I mean that's true. I mean there is definitely an audience for all of that, and I think like the box office speaks for itself because it still makes money, stuff like that.
His
But
look and his sound captured the 80s. Like he
Well,
wasn't
yeah,
just making
yeah.
movies. He made E.T.
I mean, I think it's-
Jurassic Park.
yeah,
What's
like-
the recent shit he's made?
the recent stuff is like he produced all the Transformers movies.
Oh my god.
Which is like-
really?
Yeah.
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Spielberg?
Yeah.
Oh my god. I thought that was all Michael Bay. And I like some Michael
Bay
Bay.
directed them, but Spielberg produced most of them.
You know, once you've done everything you wanted to do artistically, I just don't blame anybody who's like, you know, we could just make millions of dollars.
Just
and
throw some titties in it.
It's funny because during the 80s when they were making their movies, what was popular? Transformers toys. And
Okay,
they're like,
so-
man, wish we could make money
Oh,
off
that's
that.
a good observation.
Here's what Steven Spielberg has made since 2004.
Minority Report.
The Terminal,
Never heard of it.
War of the Worlds,
That's a good one.
Munich,
Never heard of it.
Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull.
I liked it, but I like all Indiana Jones.
Wait, isn't that the one that you shit on?
It's
Steve?
real bad, yeah.
Yeah, people don't
Really?
like it.
Tintin,
I heard that was you tried to get me to watch that once.
I like
It
Tintin.
looks very good.
War Horse,
I don't know that one.
Lincoln,
That I hear is very good.
Bridge of Spies.
So you think that once they get to a point of comfortability that they start making shit content?
I think
or
it's like
movies?
I think subjectively shit, but I think they get to a point where their storytelling like muscle is like done.
You know, like only Hayao Miyazaki has it. He's like in his 80s.
I've never seen anything
Yeah,
by
they're
How is that
great.
possible?
I don't know. Well,
They're
maybe
great.
I have and I just don't know.
Yeah.
but-
They're kind of like they're not for everybody.
George Miller's like the only one who's made a crazy, energetic comeback at 77.
George Miller.
Yeah, who did like Mad Max and stuff like that. He did the
Oh,
new
yeah,
Mad
yeah,
Max
yeah,
movie.
yeah.
And the old ones. Also, David Lynch at 77. The new Twin Peaks is like the best thing to do.
Yep.
I'm
I
trying to
hear
think
good
if
things
that
about him,
translates
too.
to music. Do people go away
I think
for
it
a long
does
time?
translate to music. Yeah.
It depends on the genre you're doing, but yeah.
But I'm,
Music more so. You can't be in Weezer at 50 singing about getting that girl for the summer.
well, that, like I don't think Weezer's new albums are good. I really
No.
don't.
And also, if you think about like
The young. It's the voice of the. That's young music.
Yeah, it's like Blink.
if you think about like fucking Paul McCartney, like Paul McCartney wrote some of the greatest songs of all time, but like can you think of a song in the past 10 years that you even give a shit about?
no, like his solo
Right,
stuff.
yeah.
No.
Yeah, I mean,
there's
it's
Johnny Cash did it to the end.
same thing with like Michael Jackson. Like Michael Jackson was fucking incredible.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's
he
no
could have
debate.
still been alive today on
But-
trap
No, I
beats.
don't know. I think
What
Michael
was the-
Jackson's music, his later stuff could be.
But like what? Like what track? Like I
Oh,
honestly think the newest Michael Jackson song that between when he was in his peak to like before he died, just before he died, was that Scream song with Janet Jackson.
Yeah. Mhm.
That's like the only. I feel like that's the only song that is really like I don't know. Maybe that like They Don't Care About Us song.
I don't really care.
So you just think they get washed up?
I think they get to a point where they're like obviously they still have a love for the music. They're still extremely talented. But I just think they just get to a point where they're like, fuck, I think I've drained all the fucking good shit that I can
And
make.
I think that's okay.
Yeah, it's totally okay.
And I think that's okay. I feel like, because like I'm the type of person that really wants to be doing creative things for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
But I think there's a certain point where you don't need to be the one on the radio.
Yeah, no,
You don't
totally
need to
not.
be the one that's in doing the top movies. Like,
Right.
yeah, give it up.
I think for you to take Torty to the next level is if you played along, like just literally hit record, and the music that Owen has underneath the score of it, I guess you would say, you should just like improvise over it.
Oh, it's like a live
and
band
kind of like
type thing.
tuck it into the mix. So every now and then you'll hear it, but I don't know. I feel like you'll have some.
I kind of
gems
like
in there.
that.
I miss making things with you, Steve. I still think we need to make that live show we were talking
Oh, yeah,
about.
man.
The
Yeah.
the only idea I have for it is I want to be dressed like a character that's like kind of like a Babadook, no face from
Yeah,
Spirited Away,
yeah,
with
I
a really
remember.
long arm that I can actually work.
Is this a live show or? Is
Yeah,
this
he
a-
was talking about doing like a weird like like an interpretive
In front of an audience?
artistic.
Yeah, in front of an
Oh,
audience.
Yeah.
I wonder how they would react.
Yeah, I don't know, but I wanted. It would be definitely very complicated to do. A lot of lighting cues. I
You
would
need
to have it
Owen to do the sound.
Yeah.
live. That's what I was texting him about for something else earlier this week. We'll talk about it.
To have him on the keys.
Okay, so let's get a little bit crazy here for
Alright,
you guys, because you were asking me about a clickhole article. And
Okay.
so
Oh,
now-
this is the one you read to
yeah.
Owen?
Now I want to read it to read a clickhole article to you guys.
Is it funny or is it a
Yes,
scary?
it's funny.
Okay.
You guys know about Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
I know a thing or two.
I've heard that one.
You guys have heard of Willy Wonka and the Chocolate
I
Factory.
think once or twice. I think I've heard about that.
Okay, so Clickhole just put out an article that says this is the title of it. Every grandparent from Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory ranked by how much they pissed in the bed they shared.
Because it was so gross. You know it smells bad.
Read that one more time for me.
Every grandparent from Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory ranked by how much they pissed in the bed they shared.
God.
So you remember Willy Wonka, Charlie's grandparents are all stuck in the same bed.
Yeah.
I
I don't remember why, but I do remember that being
there's
a thing.
no why.
Is
Yeah,
it
they
'cause
never
they're
explained
Are
it.
they poor or what's
They're
happening?
poor. Yeah, they're poor.
right?
And they're stacked. It's both of his grandparents.
They're like, it's like a big giant bed,
Mm-hmm.
and they're like
A woman laying.
a
then
woman laying
man.
down, a man laying down, and then over here's a man laying down, a woman laying down, and all their legs touch.
So they're.
That's my favorite.
Wait, aren't they like so? Like, if you look to the left, it's somebody's feet, isn't it? Like
No, if you look to the left, it's someone there.
it's someone there. Okay, because it would suck if it was somebody.
They're all joined together by feet.
That's so fucking weird. But and they were like,
It's
oh,
got to
we-
be because they're poor.
Yeah, it's definitely because they're
And
poor.
the other thing about it is they're like, we don't get up ever. Like,
How do you
they-
jerk
yeah, they
off in
don't
that
get
situation?
up. So that's the thing.
Yeah,
They're old and bedridden.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
and
think
so
there's-
like, well, here's the thing.
it
Like,
would just have to be gross.
Roald Dahl, who wrote the book,
Incredible
it's
artist.
definitely like a fucking fairy tale book. It's like a it's like a Mother Goose story or whatever.
It's also from like the perspective of like a kid, like
Yeah.
what a kid would think that this looks like.
So this clickhole article
Roald
is
Dahl's
about it ranks the grandparents in the bed by how much they pissed in the bed they shared. And so, are you guys interested in hearing the ranking?
I'm really interested.
Okay. Charlie Bucket's grandparents lived in one bed together, and to varying degrees, they were all regularly pissing themselves in it. Here's how much they each pissed in their shared bed, ranked from least to most. Grandpa George. He's the one with the glasses.
Let me see. Do they have a photo? Oh my god, they actually have the photos of the people.
Grandpa George was by far the smallest contributor to the piss pond of a mattress that he occupied with Charlie's other grandparents.
Great writing.
It's so good.
Great writing.
Great writing.
Yeah.
The silver dollar pancake-sized stain on the crotch of his pajama pants was a mere afterthought to the bisque rapids coming from his bedmates. Next to them, it was hard to tell when Grandpa George had pissed the bed at all. Outside, whenever he'd momentarily stop snoring in his sleep and let out a pathetic moan. In fact, the majority of piss stains on Grandpa George's clothes were the other grandparents' piss. As little urine as he may have produced, Charlie was always willing to oblige Grandpa George's request to dry the piss off his legs
Oh my god.
with a Chinese folding fan.
Dry it.
What the fuck? That's good.
which is why Charlie went home instead of searching for golden tickets with all his schoolmates. However, all 16 kidney stones jangling around under the sheets were exclusively Grandpa George's.
Kidney stones. That's not a thing. That doesn't happen, right?
Oh, it certainly
You
does.
You have to piss those out.
Yeah.
I don't know what it looks like though.
It's like little crystals. They're like little microscopic
Damn, my
crystals.
dad has that. Does that mean
It's
I'm probably
awful.
gonna get that?
Oh, you gotta not drink
It's weird
soda.
because there isn't really like a genetic link to it. It's like they haven't been able to figure out. Yeah, well, they say, but that's like kind of like when they
A
would
small
say
percentage
like
of it, or what?
that's like an apple a day keeps the doctor away. Like there really isn't a link to it, right? But there isn't. Might. It's like there's really no way to pinpoint how, why, or when. Like some say it's linked to like soda.
What do you think that feels like?
I've heard it's the most extreme pain one can feel, even like compared to childbirth.
Whoa, really?
Yeah, like it will like you'll like instantly double over in pain and it won't go away.
You think you'd do that for like $500?
I would hate to be in that place in my life.
You need $500
It's
that bad.
I certainly
Damn.
wouldn't. I
I'm
would.
about 2 weeks out. Shit.
They have methods of like using lasers to like break down the crystals. To
Wait,
break.
why would you ever want to piss him out then?
Well, that's the thing. Like you have to. It's like the only way to get rid of them. But they do have a method of using lasers to kind of like break them down. But all it does is make them smaller. So it still hurts as like a motherfucker because it's still cutting through your fucking urethra as you pee it out.
I don't have one.
That's from drinking soda, huh?
It
Yeah,
could be
that's what I
anything.
heard.
There's no way to know. Wow. There's no hereditary link. There's no genetic link. It's
I had
crazy.
this idea recently that's been going on in my head. I wish you could just get your dick and just put it in the bank. And be like, I haven't had my dick in several weeks.
What do you
Yeah.
mean in the bank?
Just like, you
So,
know how
like-
like, you
Like
can
a
go to the
safe?
bank? Yeah, you can put it in the safe. I know my shit's safe and like I don't have to worry about it. And like I don't want to ever come to the bank and they're like, oh, we've been robbed, but
What's it called when your money grows?
interest. You
Interest.
gain dick. Nah,
Oh,
I
you
don't
gain
need no
dick
more.
dick interest?
I don't need no more dick
You
interest.
really don't. You
Yeah.
need a deduction.
Yeah, I need
You
a
need-
deduction.
yeah.
They like we will actually divide.
Well, you
this
should
down.
start spending your dick then.
Did you see this motherfucker on Instagram story?
Yeah,
Like-
yeah.
like
he was
two-
telling me all about it.
You know
too.
what's
It's
funny?
too much. Bro.
Like you showed your dick.
It
on
it
the
was an
internet.
You
accident.
really did.
And what's so funny is I put on pants so that wouldn't happen. I did it first in my underwear.
So
and then
you
my
can't
friend-
help it.
No, yeah. And my friend was like, dude, your dick is in this. I was like, okay, I'll put on this entire Naruto costume. And it still happened. I was like, it's not fun having
It's a curse, Will.
And then, yeah.
What is
it's
that
a
like,
curse.
huh? Is it more of a problem?
It definitely is more of a problem. Like, I can never have a secret boner. Like,
Yeah.
Oh, you really can't.
no. Like, especially kind of pants I wear. Like these, skinny pants. Like,
What
Yeah.
everyone know.
What about the girls that you kiss on? Are they happy with that
I
surprise?
mean, yeah, I guess. I've had like I've told you like I've been in the room and every time they laugh and they're like, oh wow, you really thought, yeah. And I'm like, well,
Oh, they laugh at it?
yeah, my dick has been laughed at more than once.
Has your dick
yeah.
ever been laughed at, Steve?
No.
Neither has
Yeah.
mine.
It's just I don't know. Maybe I don't think my personality dictates it. That's why.
Oh, and has your dick been laughed at? Be honest.
No, but they're probably just being nice.
To you?
Maybe they think it's a good thing that like I don't know. Maybe I'm
They're
just
like, oh,
embarrassed.
Or they're being nice by not laughing.
Jewelry.
Yeah, jewelry.
Jewelry.
That's
Yeah.
an accurate dick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think they laugh afterwards? Do you think a woman has ever laughed afterwards?
like when she
They're
left?
home or when they're with their
dang,
friends?
That's real sad.
I know. I don't think about it.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe not because of size, but maybe like I don't know. Maybe I had a bad
Performance.
day.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've had a bad day. Before.
I've had a bad day.
Yeah, there's times where there's too much stress.
Well, I hate that you can't wear comfortable pants.
I know I can't. It's okay with me.
It sucks.
It's all right with me.
That's
like
all right.
You
I
should just
have
wear
to-
2 layers.
That's a good.
Like wear
idea.
sweatpants.
I feel
and then
like-
pants over that.
I think there's also special underwear that I can get that just keeps it in place.
Wow, that's. A
But
humble
also,
brag.
like John Hamm, like fucking killed it with his
Oh,
that
yeah.
video. Remember that
Yeah,
picture
yeah.
or whatever?
Yeah, like
There's a
I
video of
definitely
him-
have that.
There's a
issue,
picture
too.
of John Hamm like walking down the street. Some paparazzi took, and you can
Oh,
see
wait,
that
wasn't
man's
that
penis.
Photoshopped?
Yeah.
No,
Because that can easily be photoshopped.
it wasn't
right?
though.
You just put like a nice.
No,
hand
no, it
print.
wasn't. That was really his dick.
It was really.
It made me
Wow.
feel good as a person who also has too much dick. I was like, he's still wearing pants
Well,
like
and
that
the
too.
response to that was overwhelmingly positive. Like
Really?
Let
most
him-
people were like, "Yeah,
Let him do what he wants
yeah,
to
like
do.
get it."
Oh,
Yeah.
And most girls were into it. Most guys were like, "Fuck yeah, John Hamm, do
Fuck
it, boy.
yeah, John Hamm.
Do it, John Hamm." Grandma Josephine. At number 4 comes Grandma Josephine, who was perpetually sitting in a puddle of her own piss thanks to her
Oh
weak
my
bladder.
god, let me see the photo. Yep.
Although she was always knitting herself a new pair of extra thick panties in the hopes that they might soak it up.
My family would be so disappointed if they heard this. My family.
Why? They like this movie?
No, they'd just be disappointed about the topic.
Talking about pee-pee.
Yeah.
You know what's funny is my mom has brought this up before.
Like, where are they pissing?
Yeah, every time we watch the movie, she's like, "Where are they? Like, where are they pooping, peeing?" Like, yeah.
Steve, I went home to visit my sister and her husband and all my nieces and nephews, and they are a big fan of the show Bizarrevark.
Oh shit!
You were on that show,
yeah,
right?
I was on that show.
Yeah, and they told me that they saw you on it and they enjoyed your
really
role.
they did.
Yeah, they really liked it.
That's wonderful.
My niece would be so sad if she heard the real you. If she knew the real you, she would be fucking heartbroken.
Reading
funny.
about pits.
Yeah. Exactly this. Continue.
Yeah, my mom has seen you on TV too. My mom knows your name, but always refers to you as Bearded Man.
Bearded Man.
Bearded
Man.
Wow, that's great. Why won't you just say Steve?
I don't know, just the Bearded Man.
Your mom's great.
The several liters of piss she produced made all attempts to stem the flow of piss utterly futile. Charlie's mother could hardly keep up with Grandma Josephine's blanched yellow laundry.
Blanched.
Someone really wrote this and had it read by an editor. And
They really are
approved.
good, though.
Yeah, they really are.
Another pile of it appearing each time she finally finished scrubbing the stale urine stink out of Grandma Josephine's other nightgowns. Behind Charlie's wondrous gaze at all the Oompa Loompas in the Wonka factory was the hopeful thought that one day his family might be able to afford a workforce like them to help clean up after Grandma Josephine's piss and make life for the buckets a little easier for once.
Oh, my God.
This one's my favorite. Number 3, Grandpa Ubeck.
Let me see the photo.
I wish I could see the photos.
Now,
It's okay,
it
I'll
doesn't
use
look
my mind.
it doesn't look familiar, does it, Will?
No.
Grandpa Ubeck was the grandparent who lived under the covers at the center of the bed.
What a bad
So he
place
has
to
5.
be. And
There-
because there's so much weight, it's probably like,
He's in there.
It's all going
And
to
it's
the
all going
middle.
down to where
Oh,
he is.
God.
There he'd pray for his sweet grandson to get sent to a factory for a nice reason while wetting
For
himself
a nice reason.
and the feet of his bedmates. Grandpa Ubeck pissed himself a medium amount, landing himself right in the middle of this list.
What was that last one? A meat in the mouth?
A medium amount.
Oh, a medium amount.
Number 2 is Grandpa Joe, everyone's favorite. Grandpa Joe went to the chocolate factory with Charlie. Grandpa Joe, Charlie's guest for his Wonka factory visit, sits at number 2 on this list. A stubborn and paranoid old man, Grandpa Joe's refusal to get out of bed until his strength returned was largely a cover for the shame he felt about letting out nearly a gallon of piss into the bed every day. Grandpa Joe's piss cascades often seeped so deep into the mattress that, on more than one occasion, Charlie had to skip school to drag the Charlie had to skip school to drag the mattress out into the slums where he lived, wring it out like a sponge
Wring
into
it
the
out.
sewer, and then dry it with a leaf blower.
So they can afford a leaf blower.
This resulted in Charlie getting hit with a ruler by the schoolmaster when he returned to the school the following day, reeking of his grandfather's piss.
Why?
Seeing Charlie demonstrate the ultimate act of forgiveness by inviting him to the Wonka factory despite the misfortune Grandpa Joe caused him was so beautiful that it inspired Grandpa Joe to dance his way out of bed and triple wrap himself in Depends so he didn't piss all over the floor of the chocolate factory.
Why?
And number 1, can everyone say it at the same time? Grandma Georgina.
Dishes.
Grandma's dishes. Without question, Grandma Piss King Georgina takes the cake in terms of bedwetting. Grandma Georgina's piss was extremely problematic for the buckets, particularly in its responsibility for the absence of Charlie's father, who broke his neck and died years earlier after
God.
slipping in a stream of her urine that had flowed out onto the floor of the bucket's decrepit house. Furthermore, Charlie was forced to work a paper route just to
This
help
is so
pay
sad.
an exterminator to rid their house of the ant infestations that his Grandma Georgina's unceasing piss problem attracted.
Someone really wrote this whole thing.
As badly as he wanted to spend money on Wonka bars, he knew he couldn't afford it without incurring the greater cost of coming home to swarms of ants trailing around grandmother's piss.
So in this story, he didn't get the ticket.
No, I think this was before he got the ticket.
Oh, wow.
While the other children who toured the Wonka factory came from wealth and privilege, Charlie had lived his entire life disadvantaged by the obstacles resulting from his grandma Georgina's massive urinations.
You know, that movie really is a good story. Now that you've read all of this not backstory, it just has me thinking. And I'm like, oh, yeah.
I like the story.
The other kids were different.
I wonder if that because when did this movie come out in 70s?
70s. Yeah.
If this came out this year, do you think that this would be creepy? Because he's like a very eccentric, weird
it
man.
did come out. There was a Willy Wonka. There was a Tim Burton.
Yeah.
Willy
Well, I mean,
Wonka.
that's. I'm talking about this story
that's
is fresh.
Oh, you're
today.
talking about this.
What's funny?
Not this shit story. I'm talking about like if the
Oh, if
Willy
someone
Wonka
wrote
story,
the story and released it as a book.
if it came out today, we've never heard of it prior.
Yeah.
Would this be creepy? Like this man,
Yeah. I
this
think-
eccentric weirdo who's
I think-
inviting kids to.
Like a candy factory.
Yeah.
I think it's due for a reboot. It could do really well. The first one was Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, right? This the one that came out
No,
recently.
the first one is Willy Wonka and
Was
the
Willy
Chocolate
Wonka.
Factory. This one's
I
Charlie.
don't know if
and
I
the
ever
Chocolate
seen it.
Yeah. Well,
I think I've-
The
new
original one?
Yeah, I don't think I've only seen the Johnny Depp one.
Where's my
the
hand?
real one is really good.
Where's
Really?
my
really,
hand?
really good.
Where's my hand? Yeah,
I gotta punch you, Darren.
That's a movie on the watch list.
that
Like,
man passed away,
it's-
right?
Gene Wilder. Yeah,
He did recently.
unfortunately.
He did recently. Yeah, it's definitely a good movie.
That's real sad.
Dude,
when that
Darren,
happened.
it's such a good movie. What's
Yeah.
wrong with you?
And I think
I
it's
don't
due
know,
for
man.
a reboot.
I have, like Owen was saying earlier. What were you saying about time, Owen?
Oh, you gotta, good art finds you at the right time.
Exactly.
Yeah, it
At
does.
the right time for you.
I didn't like the Beatles for 26 years.
Right.
Let me tell you this, Darren.
Right. Watch you go through an anime phase.
Oh, yeah,
Watch.
maybe.
Watch. That'd be crazy.
Or like a superhero phase or comic book. That'd be very interesting.
You should watch all of One Piece.
Darren,
Yes, sir.
there is a Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory live
Whoa, that sounds cool.
to film event
What does
happening.
That mean? What is live to film?
Live to film is when it's at the Hollywood Bowl.
Uh-huh. Oh, the Hollywood Bowl is amazing.
Live to film is when they have the movie playing
Oh,
and there's an orchestra
that's
playing
fucking
Are you
incredible.
kidding
the
me?
music
I gotta go to this.
and
And
there's an ants. There's a bunch of people playing the singing roles of the characters
The mother and the father.
because it's
is it kind of a musical?
it's a musical,
it
yeah.
cuts the
Yeah,
music.
that's right. I
Yeah.
forgot about
Wow.
that.
So you haven't seen it, but the movie's been parodied so much because kind of like Star Wars, like
That you
all of
know,
that stuff
yeah.
becomes like
Yeah.
cliche.
So many
Yeah.
things will pop out to you as like, oh shit, that's where that's from
Yeah.
when
Yeah.
you watch Willy Wonka. But check
And
this
when
out.
is it at the Hollywood Bowl? Because
It's happening in November,
I'm going.
dude. You just please listen to this cast.
Okay.
So this is what it's going to be. An orchestra will play as the movie plays,
Mm-hmm.
but literally the only thing the movie won't have is the music. The music sang. It'll have all the dialogue, all the
yeah.
acting, but as soon as the musical numbers happen, the actors in the movie, they take their musical voices out and live performers will come out onto the
On
stage
stage.
and sing what's being seen on the screen. So here's who's playing who. Willy Wonka is played by John Stamos.
No
Whoa.
way. You're fucking kidding
I'm not
me.
kidding, man.
That's incredible.
Yeah. You remember Breaking Bad?
I do.
Do you remember Gus?
I do.
He plays the Candyman.
Holy shit.
I don't know if you know who Richard Kind is, but he's playing Grandpa Joe. He's a very funny guy.
I don't think so.
Veruca Salt. Oh, he's Bing Bong from from
Bing,
Inside
bong,
Out.
Bing, bing, bong.
Remember
Oh,
Inside
okay,
Out?
yeah,
He's
yeah.
the elephant Bing Bong. He
Oh,
sounds
cool.
like this.
Great voice.
He's a great voice. He's funny. Veruca Salt will be played by Elle King.
I don't know who that is.
She's the girl that sings. Dude, Elle King is fucking Rob Schneider's daughter.
Will has great memories with Rob
I know,
Schneider.
yeah. He let me sit next to him. Sit next to me.
Elle King's the one that does this song. Oh, great. Of course you gotta start a goddamn music video with a short film, right?
Uh-huh.
Who is this?
Elle King.
The singer of this?
Yeah.
She's gonna do what?
She's playing Veruca Salt.
Okay. Good voice.
Yeah.
Reminds me
You've
of
heard-
like the White Stripes or something.
Yeah. It's a good song.
What band is this?
It's Elle King.
Okay.
That's her.
And the song's called X's and O's.
The John Stamos sold me. Are you serious?
Yeah, that's
and he will
actually
really,
really
be
cool.
there.
Dude, and check this out. Finn Wolfhard, friend of ours, fan of the Source Fed,
I've never met him.
star of the movie It and Stranger Things, is playing Charlie Bucket.
That is so fucking
And
rad.
check this out. The Oompa Loompas
Wow.
will be played
Danny
by
DeVito.
Weird Al Yankovic.
No
What?
shit.
Yeah.
How's that even possible?
Dude,
How are
he's
they
gonna
do that?
it's I don't know, but I can't not see this.
Holy fuck! How much is the ticket?
So if you want,
$500.
I will buy like a bunch of tickets and you
Hell
guys
yeah.
just Venmo me and we'll all take a big group
Hell
and
Well,
go.
let's definitely do that.
Dude, I'm
Okay.
totally
Great.
That
Definitely
is
down.
fucking
Dude, Darren,
It's
awesome.
great
imagine
that you've
that
never
being your
seen it.
first time seeing that movie.
Yeah,
that's-
You'll see it the ultimate way.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm confused. How do you pay attention to everything happening? How do I pay attention to
So-
the
You
people
gotta
on
pick.
stage?
So
What's the movie?
the only times that will be distracting to the movie will be when the performers come out. But that will only be during like the musical numbers. So you'll still be following the story. You'll still be watching the movie for a great portion of the show. You'll just also have performers to watch when the music happens.
Is this something they tour, or is this they just do it
I think it's
one
the
night?
first time they're ever doing it. They were going to do it 2 nights and they canceled one of the nights.
This is so good. And John Stamos for real, huh?
John Stamos is
trying to
fucking
figure
Willy
out,
Wonka.
How would he do a Willy Wonka?
I don't know. I
Yeah.
can't wait.
Yeah, I'm so excited for it. I just saw Chance the Rapper at Hollywood Bowl.
I would
I'd never
love to
been in
go
there
there.
before.
Oh, the bowl is amazing.
It's incredible.
I saw the Muppets there.
Yeah, that's where you saw the
Recently,
Muppets.
right?
I
Yeah,
saw the
and it's
Muppets.
the ultimate theater. And I don't know
It's
how
wonderful.
I've never been there before.
It's wonderful.
Yeah.
The guy in the Muppets, like I told you, he looks like you.
Bobby Moynihan,
Who's that man?
the guy that was in that show, you
Yeah.
mean? He's an SNL cast member.
Oh, okay, yeah, he does look familiar.
Yeah.
Will's pointing to something. Will says to pause it.
Okay.
No, I was saying that we've gone on. That
It's an hour.
Oh, it's been an hour.
Yeah.
Okay,
we
maybe I
gotta
wanted to.
We got to get our signals together.
What if I wanted to talk to my friends for 2 hours? You don't know. Okay,
true.
Steve, you buy those tickets.
I'm going to buy the tickets.
I'm not gonna Venmo you, but
Yeah.
I would like.
But you
to go.
will go.
They're a
Yeah.
good $89.
Can Bree and I
bet.
go together?
Yeah, and
us
just
two.
you guys. I'll buy you guys
and
tickets.
I go together, Steve?
Yeah, we'll go take Owen.
This is Sheen Text Back. Thanks for Steve. There
How
goes
does
to
he
being
have that
on.
many in the
Steve,
morning?
where can they find you?
At Steve Zaragoza on
Mm-hmm.
all social media. So just Steve Zaragoza, my name, and Dynamic Banter, which
Great
is a headgum
podcast.
What is that?
podcast. It's a
I've been on
podcast with me and Mike Falzone. Very funny man.
I love to play basketball with that man.
I want to be on it with Foul Zone next.
Oh, dude, yeah, dude, we gotta have you both on. Can we
Hell.
do a fucking 4-way
It can happen.
fucking podcast?
I might let it happen. I'll
Yeah,
see
maybe.
what my schedule entails.
In tables.
And also, I gotta plug.
Your new book.
L-
Same episode that week?
what?
Would both podcasts put up the same episode?
Oh shit!
Oh, that's
Would you
smart.
guys do it this week?
Ah.
Would you guys be on Dynamic Banter this week?
Maybe not this week. I'm
Next
saying
week.
If you do it with them, you both.
Who's this fucking Owen guy?
I don't know. But the thing is there's a lot of talk coming from the and it's all off mic.
What did you have to plug, Steve? You better hurry the fuck up.
On October 29th
I'm doing a stand-up show.
at 10:30 a.m., which is a perfect time to come see the EZU Extended Zaragoza Universe panel at LA Comic-Con. If you come to LA Comic-Con, there's a bunch of shit going on, a bunch of really cool panels and nerdy shit. But if you come to the EZU panel, you'll get to meet me and Mike Falzone, who will do a Dynamic Banter thing. Owen, Brett, and I will be there also for the first time show to talk about the first time show. And Mackenzie Stiff is going to be there. She'll be on stage talking about Torty Cloud, and we're going to premiere Torty Cloud at the panel.
That sounds like a good time. Is that free?
That's not free.
All right,
you
don't
have
go.
to buy LA Comic-Con tickets, but you can buy a one-day pass for the 29th, which is Sunday, the
Oh,
final
so
day.
it's included in that?
Yes, if you just buy tickets to LA Comic-Con, you can come see us.
Steve, you're moving up.
I feel like we're gonna sell exclusive art.
Yeah, we're gonna have
Exclusive
all
art.
sorts of I'm gonna have a booth where you'll be able to buy exclusive posters and art, and you can take a picture with ET in a dress.
I low key need to see how this goes.
Please
It's
go
gonna
to
be
this and support
madness.
my friends
Thank
and
you.
buy a poster? A
Yeah,
shirt?
a poster or
Whatever they have.
shirts.
Buy it all. Don't be an idiot.
I think I might put a rack of clothes I don't want anymore in
Oh,
there.
that's cool.
And you could just have what you
Nah,
want. You
I'm
don't even have
so
to buy
down.
it.
If you passed away, I'd take so much shit.
Yeah. You should also do like an eBay sale.
Yeah, I was thinking of doing that. But
All right.
yeah, it should be fun.
Well, thanks, Steve. See you next time or never. Bye.